Hey guys, welcome back to week 4 of mobility training. This week we'll be doing a 10-minute quick full body stretch. This is useful if you guys are at work or studying and you just want a quick break to move around, stretch out, especially if you've been sitting at a desk all day. It's good to move around and get your body all loose. So first thing we're gonna do to start off, we're gonna do some shoulder rolls. Trying to draw a square with our shoulders. So we'll go back to the bottom of the square, up to the top of the back of the square, frontwards. We're gonna drop them down. Drawing a square with our shoulders. We're gonna go 5 each direction, really working through that full range of motion. Pushing those muscles that are tight to loosen up. One more through, down to the back, up to the top of the back, front of the box top, and down to the front and bottom of the box. And do the same thing going in the opposite direction. So drawing that box backwards now. Really thinking about moving our entire shoulder, scapula, collarbone, all our ribs, thinking about moving all those together as we work through a side view. Pushing up the chest, dropping the shoulders down, stretching those traps out, moving forward as far as you can. Push that back out, up to the front of the box, and then back. Making sure we're slow through these movements, not rushing through, and really pushing that range of motion, loosening up those shoulders. After that, we're gonna do a quick forearm stretch, pulling back in our fingers, turning your hand away from us or palms away. Feeling that stretch to the anterior compartment of the forearm. Holding for a couple of seconds, letting it loose, and then going back into it. 10 seconds per side. We'll do this 2 times per side. Again, letting it loosen up, and back to the other side, pushing that palm down to the ground, forearm out in front of you. For me, it's towards the camera to you guys. And really pulling back on those fingers, feeling that stretch to the entire forearm. Hold that for a couple seconds. Then we're going to a tricep stretch, reaching for that opposite scapula, pulling that elbow down and back behind as we feel that stretch to the hamstring, reaching for that scapula. Again, pulling it down and back. 10 seconds. Again, let them swing loose and pull it back down. Again, like I said, really reaching for that opposite scapula. Let the arm swing loose and go down to the other side. Really pulling that elbow back behind the head, feeling that entire stretch through our tricep and even maybe a little lat. Again, shaking them out, letting them loose. Getting some blood flow back in after we've cut it off in these stretches. Again, feeling that stretch through our entire tricep and maybe even parts of our lat. All right, the next thing we're gonna do is a quick stretch. So find a wall that you can go against. For me, I'm using this rock wall we have at level 10. So on a corner, you guys can do off the front of the wall as well. Corners work a bit better. We're gonna try and get our elbow just above shoulder height. Slowly rotate our hands, our feet away. We're gonna try and pull that chest or that shoulder through our armpit, feeling that chest stretch right through our anterior delt and pec. Holding for a couple seconds, releasing, coming back, and again opening up away from that elbow, pushing that shoulder through our armpit. Holding that for a couple seconds. And now back to the other side. You guys over to this side. Sorry about the dizziness there you might be getting. So again, elbow above shoulder height. Twist your legs away so they are farther facing away from your body. So again, away from your body, or away from your shoulder, elbow above shoulder height, and we're slowly twisting away, feeling that stretch through our pec and anterior delt. Again, holding 8 to 10 seconds, releasing it. If you want to shake your arm out a bit, get some blood back into it, and then again, elbow above shoulder height, slowly rotating as we push that shoulder through our armpits. Holding that stretch for a couple seconds, and letting go. All right, the next one we're going to do now is a lower back stretch and mobility. So we'll imagine my whole upper torso is limp and dead. We're gonna fall to one side, slowly fall forward, feeling that stretch through our hamstrings, our lower back, rolling through that whole range of motion to the other side, and then returning to start where we were. We're gonna go 3 per direction, falling down towards the ground laterally, rolling forward, feeling that stretch through the hamstrings and lower back, and returning to start. 2 more times each direction. Feel free, just try and slowly touch the ground with your fingertips. That'll just stretch out your hamstrings and lower back just a little bit more. And again, returning back up to start. Falling down towards the side, pushing those hips back. Trying to touch the floor. Feel that stretch through the hamstrings. Back up to the side. I'll do 1 more each direction. Falling down sideways, down to the ground. Sweeping those fingers across the ground. Turning back to start 1 more time. Back this direction. Back onto the ground. Hips back, hamstrings feel that stretch. And coming back up to start. Alright. Next one we're going to do is a glute stretch. So 2 ways you can do it. First, standing. If you're just standing in your room or you don't have a chair or anything, you can go cross leg. You're going to try and pull that ankle up as high as possible, and you're going to slowly crouch down on that standing knee as you push the cross knee down. You should feel a stretch through your hamstring and glutes as well. All right. Try to figure out this tripod. Worth my time right now. So again, I'll get a bit more view into it. Crossing that leg, pulling it up to our hips as high as possible, and then slowly bending that standing leg knee and pushing that crossed knee out, down to the lower to the ground. Feel that stretch through our glutes on our sides of the crossed leg. If you guys have a chest or a chair, a desk or a chair, you guys can use that as well. This is just a little bit different version. Again, get that leg up on top of the desk. Try and get it parallel across your body. We're gonna think about slowly, again, sinking down, feeling that stretch through our glutes. So side view, from this view point, again, up tall in that box, getting that nice, that knee and shank nice and parallel or perpendicular to our body. And we're gonna slowly sink down on that standing leg, feeling that stretch through our glutes. Hold this for a couple of seconds. And you stand back up. And again, sink back down. Feeling that stretch. It's a really good one. So loosen up our hips quite a bit. Again, looking to the other side. If you have a desk that's different heights, lower heights work just as well. This is similar to the standing version. The legs a bit lower, less intense of a stretch. Again, making sure that shank is perpendicular to our body. We're gonna slowly sit down on that standing leg, feeling that stretch through our glutes of the crossed leg. Holding that for 10 seconds, slowly sinking into it more and more. Come back out of it. Again, keeping that leg nice and perpendicular, dropping down through that glute. One thing I want you guys to focus to is that our standing leg is not in the middle of our body, straight at an angle going that way. We want it to be nice and upright, directly under our hip, like we were standing with 2 legs, but now there's one leg is taken away. So again, making sure our foot is not going that way down, the standing leg isn't going down towards the middle, but still straight up and down, directly under my hip. And holding that stretch. All right, the next one, after that glute stretch, is gonna be another hamstring and lower back stretch, called a Jefferson Curl. If you have a weight or two, feel free to put in your hand. First thing we're gonna do, starting with the cervical vertebrae, we're gonna slowly think about dropping one vertebrae at a time as we drop down, chin to chest, slowly up down the upper back, keep dropping, pushing back our hips, now our thoracic spine, and now lumbar, slowly rolling over, slowly dropping down towards the ground. It's a good toe stretch, or hamstring stretch, reaching for our toes, making sure our hips are nice and pushed back, and our knees are not bending, but are straight out, touching our toes. And then returning back to normal, start with our lumbar spine first, thinking about slowly lifting each vertebrae. Now moving to our thoracic spine, lifting up, thoracic, upper thoracic, going to cervical now, slowly lifting our head up. We'll do this one more time. So again, straighten the chest, slowly drop that neck, and then upper back starts to curve and roll over. Slowly move each vertebrae at a time, all the way down our spine. As we slowly fall down to our toes, pushing the hips back, knees straight, and reaching down. And again, return back to normal, starting with the lumbar spine, slowly lifting up. Feeling that stretch of the hamstrings, pushing our hips forward now, slowly. Once our lumbar spine is basically upright, slowly bring our thoracic spine up. Slowly, one vertebrae at a time, all the way up to our cervical spine. And now we're bringing it up. That's the ceiling. Good work, guys. 2 more quick stretches, and then we'll be done here today. Next one is gonna be a Cossack squat. Even though it says squat, it is a stretch. So nice, wide feet width apart. We're gonna slowly bend one leg and drop down to one side. That other leg can go slowly rotate, toe can go up to the ceiling. If you want, we can reach for that toe. Feel a hamstring stretch. We're gonna really try to keep our standing heel down. So on the other side, standing heel down, this heel isn't coming up off the ground. This foot is slowly rotating, and I'm getting that hamstring stretch. If I want, reaching for that toe. If your heel is starting to come off the ground, that is just a little bit of tightness in the ankle, which we will work on in our next video. We'll do a full video dedicated to ankle and knee mobility. So again, slowly going from side to side, feeling that stretch through your adductors, letting that toe come up, reaching for that toe, feeling the hamstring stretch and adductor, and again, coming back to the other side, one more time per side. Again, if you have to support yourself with your hands, feel free to do so. You can go one foot behind, or one hand behind, one hand in front. It's a bit less intensive stretch than if you go 2 hands in front. And again, coming back to start, and then dropping back down to the other side. Trying to keep that, I even have bad ankle mobility in my left ankle. My right ankle is a lot better. Again, feel a stretch through the hamstrings and adductors. Alright, one more quick one we're gonna do, just a simple calf stretch. I'm sure you guys have done it before. So just against the wall, put your foot up against the wall. We're gonna think about bringing that hip towards the wall, bringing it close as you can, and then once that hip is touching, or as close as you can, you're gonna think about slowly leaning back while keeping that hip close to the wall. So facing the camera a bit. Sorry. Right here. Foot locked in against the wall. You're gonna think about driving that hip as well. So moving on me, driving that hip down towards the wall, and then once you get that hip there, slowly leaning back, feeling that stretch through our calf. holding it for a couple of seconds on either side, then again, switching to the other calf, so up against the wall. That hip comes as close as you can get it to the wall, and once that hip is as close as you can get, you're gonna slowly lean back while trying to keep in contact with the wall, with that hip. As you can see, as I lean back, my hip's not coming off the wall. It's staying nice and close, and just my upper back and torso is moving away. Again, 10 seconds per foot, 2 times through. And one more quick one. Similar to that is gonna be a Soleus stretch. Sorry guys, figure out this puppy here, and how to make it rotate. There we go. So for this one, we're gonna do similar to that one we just did. So again, we can go knee or toes about 6 inches from the wall. So as you can see, they're not touching the wall. We're gonna get a nice half nail stance, and we're gonna think about driving this knee into the wall over that front toe. Trying to keep our heel on the ground, trying to touch that knee to the wall. Again, if you find that's too easy, slide your foot away an inch or two, so there's a bit bigger of a gap between you and the wall. And then again, push that knee over your ankle and your toe and that front foot. Really try to keep that heel down. This is really going to challenge that ankle mobility that we had a little bit of restriction in that Cossack squat. So this is really good at opening up and getting through that full range of motion on the ankle. Again, switching to the other side. A better view for you guys. Again, 6 inches, 6 or 8 inches away from the wall in a half kneel, pushing that knee over the toe, trying to touch that wall. If you find your knees, your heels coming up off the ground, again, just inch or closer. We're just gonna hold that position for 10 seconds. Really feel that stretch to the Achilles as we push our knee to the wall. Relax. And again, 10 more seconds. Pushing that knee to the wall, keeping that heel on the ground. So the difference between a standing calf stretch and a kneeling calf stretch is a kneeling one hits your soleus, which is the muscle behind your gastrocnemius, and the standing calf stretch is more directed at the gastroc. So, hope you guys enjoyed this quick, somewhat quick 17-minute video on stretching for at work or during studying, wherever you guys find that you're too stationary, you just want to get a little movement, loosen up the hips, loosen up the body. This is what you guys can pay attention to. If you want, go through, write down all the stretches, and you don't have to watch the video every time. You just have a straight set list of exercises and stretches you guys can do on your own. Hope you guys are having a good week and enjoying your time with Level 10 Fitness and our staff here. We love working with you guys. So yeah, keep it up. See you next week. Bye.